So a while back, I was doing a 3-minute Google search to find a suitable LED light for my workroom, and I was not happy with the results. I probably should have invested more time into research, and uh, you will know why in a few minutes. But here's me deciding that I should 3D print the LED light, and I did have a LED strip that's like waterproof and ready for mains lying around, and I thought, why not? Why not? Let's divide the 60 centimeter diameter into 6 parts and just 3D print it. And here you can see me figuring out the ways to actually join the 3D printed pieces together that would be rigid enough for hanging up. I managed to get few interesting solutions here. One of them you can see right now. It's the hook. It's the hook that will have the cable running through it and basically keeping the light hanging on the ceiling. And since we have 4 of these, I was like, this should be enough. This should be not an issue. And beautifully, these hooks just insert into the print. The way I'm designing this like this is just because I want to have these 6 pieces 3D printed on flat surface. So that's why the hook is a separate part. And here you can see my second attempt to make some kind of joinery between 2 parts. I was thinking maybe I should use the screws or something like that. And in short time, I got into some kind of weird moment where I was like, why am I thinking this? And I just quit. And I quit for that day. I know it was late evening, so I quit. And I started designing freshly the next evening, I believe. And what I came up with was, forget the screws, forget the bolts, let's use glue, make the parts as smooth as possible. And long story short, it actually worked. I 3D printed the test pieces. I inserted the LED strip and it all looked so fine, and I was like, okay, I can proceed. I did like a little adjustments on the parts to make it smoother, and then I proceeded to 3D print it. The plastic I chose was PETG. I think it's durable enough for the temperatures because I was expecting the LED to get hot a little. I started gluing the parts together using just simple CA glue. For PETG is plenty. I added some inserts here to because the glue takes longer to harden. I didn't have the activator. I was basically gluing it up together and making 2 half circles. And here's the first big setback I was not happy about. And it was that I measured the diameter wrong somehow. I'm not sure how this happened, but I have this 2 centimeter gap in the LED. So what I came up with, since this is like 2-meter segment, I can cut it in half. This specific LED only cuts every 1 meter. And trust me how I know it.
I absolutely hate how this looks like, especially those gaps. So what I'm gonna do is I will hook everything up. I will solder the wires. I will test it to make sure it actually works, and if it does, I will print some spacers here, black spacers, so it would divide this in more beautiful proportions, equal at least proportions. Now everything is glued up. I added some glue below, especially on the joints, and it should hold fine if I manage to make all 4 wires in equal length, and it should be fine, because it's a little bit clumsy. I mean, it does hold its shape pretty fine, but you can see it wants to bend if I hold it just on one point. So yeah, I'm gonna do everything I just said and see how it looks like, because I have a feeling I messed up an LED at the end and it might not work. So let's see what happens.
And I hate it. It flickers like I don't know what, but it flickers a lot. And this was it was so frustrating. Like, this was a huge lesson for me to never proceed without testing anything first. So yeah, basically this is a cheap LED light. I don't know what could have been a solution here. Maybe something like taking the AC, converting it to DC, smoothing out the DC, but then the problem is from 240 volts I would then have like 300 something, which the current resistors are not, like, they're not rated for, I suppose. And the other thing is the resistors, like I would need to add some extra resistance before connecting them to the power supply to the LED, because the current draw is different now. So at this moment I was just like, let's draw the line here, let's toss this project out, it's a failure. Okay, so this is the mistakes I made. I am not proud of it, but I am proud of the lessons I learned. And I think with this attitude, I'm gonna move forward. And the one takeaway here is test the parts you have, the equipment you have, before proceeding on to the development and design of the project.